Hello, and welcome to the Star Power Cast, the definitive podcast for the game of Star Power Baseball, a game for generations where your fantasy baseball comes to life on the tabletop. We'll also discuss the history of baseball and just the present state of the game itself. I'm Jim Trovo, the baseball nerd, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Cincinnati Dennis. We hope you all enjoy the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Star Power Cast. I am your co-host, Jim Trovo, the baseball nerd, and I am joined by
Cincinnati Dennis in the Cincinnati Razorback Room.
And this is our second episode of both doing this as an audio recording and a YouTube video. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is going to be on YouTube in probably about an hour and a half.
Okay, cool. I will produce the audio recording, and Cincinnati Dennis will release the YouTube recordings on his channel, and that's how we're going to go about things. And so this podcast, we're going to talk about what's going on in baseball. We're going to talk about our May Players of the Month and anything about Star Power Baseball. So, Dennis, would you like to lead us off on anything about Star Power Baseball?
Well, Star Power Baseball is coming along very well with the new 2027 rule book. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am excited about the first two ways to play. Okay. The first way to play is rookie ball. And it's extremely simple. Within 5 minutes of opening your boxed game, you can play. Just read page 7 and move on. It's that simple. Pro ball, almost as easy, but we add a few things in for pro ball. And that makes it a little bit more exciting, and it leads us into Star Power Baseball. We've also streamlined it so that it's very, very lightweight. It's like 35, 40 pages instead of 60. And it's going to be a real, everybody that I said this last time, and I'm going to say it again, reiterate it. Everybody that already has purchased a Star Power Baseball game will be able to get a digital copy of the 2027 rule book for free.
Great.
All you have to do is email me. Once you email me, and this will be posted on the Facebook page. Once you email me, hey, I bought a copy and so and so and so and so, I'll look on my list. You're there. I'll email you the rule book.
Excellent. Sounds great.
I will not email you the compendium.
Excellent.
That's going to be for sale.
So you want to hear a funny story? I was playing Blood Bowl yesterday because I joined a Blood Bowl league. And before I joined this Blood Bowl league, I bragged about how good I was at Blood Bowl. And ever since then, I've been 0-2. But anyway, I was in this game shop that I go to all the time, Games Explosion, GXE in our community. And there were two elderly gentlemen at a table playing Stratomatic or what's it called?
Strato.
Strat. Something strats. You guys know what it is. I'm just making fun of you. Anyway, there was two people playing this game, and I looked at them and I'm like, hey, you guys playing a baseball game? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, who you using? They're like, oh, we're using 2025 guys. And I was like, cool. And I started seeing the dudes on there that they were using. And I was like, oh, cool. We've made these cards before. Anyway, I was like, have you guys heard of Star Power Baseball? And they were like, no. And I started talking about it. And I started talking about, hey, we gauge our pitchers' effectiveness, starting pitchers on this, talking about ERA plus and respins. And then I started talking about batters with OPS and respins. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. And like they sounded genuinely excited. And you know, they were elderly gentlemen. And that is a target for our game and our audience.
By elderly, you mean my age?
Well, 45 and above.
Okay, gotcha.
45 and above. That is elderly gentlemen. Elderly gentlemen.
Maybe that's
I play a game.
In that store, huh?
So I play a game called Warhammer, and we have a thing called the Gentleman's 3. So your unit, when they move up to you, you can only be 3 inches away from somebody, but we call it the Gentleman's 3 if we don't want to have to reach over our fat bellies across the table and actually exactly measure at 3 inches. We call it the Gentleman's 3.
Works
And
for me.
and
Yeah.
the other day, I was driving in a car, and somebody said, "Hey, Gentry, you look like you weigh about 200 pounds," and I said, "Thank you," because I don't, and I'm going to call that the gentleman's 200.
Way to go.
That was my catchphrase there.
Hey,
Anyway,
last thing about Star Power Baseball. What's the, I have forgotten, you told us last time, what's the Star Power Challenge for May? I mean, June, for June.
we haven't said June, and here's the thing I want to do for June. So I am looking up June, and we need to pick some teams that are going to be part of this Star Power Challenge. And what I think I want to do, if I look at my screen correctly, I want to go 1900s
Mm-hmm.
and the 1940s.
So Stan Musial and Napoleon Lajoie,
Yes. So
the big boys.
1900s, the vaudevillian type teams, and the 1940s. One of my favorite teams that I've made, and I think people are going to really get a kick out of this, is the 1940s Radio Platoon, and they look absolutely gorgeous.
The kind of desert camo.
Well, yeah, desert camo, but also like I did military structure to these cards, but it's more in the background, kind of a faded thing, and the player is the more upfront thing in the card. I
Yeah.
like this. This is one of my favorite sets that I've actually made is the 1940s. I don't know too much about some of the players just because of the generational gap. I know more about 1900s guys than I do about 1940s guys. Actually, it's weird. The hundreds guys are pretty much like this generational bridge between the 90s, 1890s, and the 1910s in regards to bringing the live ball and the dead ball to a particular fashion of dead ball. But these dudes were living in a time of vaudevillian culture, and that's why I chose that theme. Where it's like, hey, these guys were stars. That we're trying to make our players stars, and that's what the 1900s were doing. And in the
Cool.
1940s, with the radio platoon, I definitely did a military-based theme in regards to World War II. Not everybody on the team was a soldier in World War II, but I definitely did dedicate the theme to that.
Well, I'm running the 1940s cards over your pretty face right now. Everybody's getting a look at the 1940s cards as we speak. They do look good.
Well, give me some standouts. Who do you like?
So far, Vern Stevens is what I'm on right now. I like Bucky Walters' card a lot. There's a Ted Williams card. I just ran through every one of them. Let's see what else we got here. We got Stan Hack, Joe Gordon. The Josh Gibson card's always good. And 25-point catcher again. Bob Feller, Bob Elliott, Bobby Doerr. Joe DiMaggio is a great picture. Really good picture of the Clipper. Ward Cooper, Spud Chandler. Okay, now the same thing I'm going to do right there that I did with those guys. I'm going to now pull up the 1900s. Everybody is going to see this on their screen as soon as I get it up there. Oh, the 1900s are the colorfuls. Oh, yeah. There's Bill Bradley, Roger Bresnahan, Mordecai Brown, Peerless Leader Frank Chance. These cards look freaking great, man. Jack Chesbro, Clark, Ty Cobb, Crawford Davis. So there's a card I like a lot. It's underrated. Probably should be in the Hall of Fame. Maybe didn't have a long enough career. Mike Donlin.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He's really good. Evers Flick. Addie Joss card, of course, is off the wall. Great. S9TR +4 and 90-degree G. I mean, come on, guys. Willie Keeler, Johnny Kling, and Apple Joey. Let's show everybody the Joey card. That's the highlight of the set. There you go. He's the best of the 1900s.
He's so good. Did I do the 3 single?
You did the 3 single.
Yeah.
7
Actually,
upper right,
this
7
is the set.
bottom center,
If you
13
pay attention
left.
to this set, if you had a batting average above a certain percentile, I gave you a 3rd single.
Wow.
And so, like a lot of the 1900s cards will have an extra 7 towards the bottom of their card.
Select Ty Cobb has 3 set of singles. Okay. Let's see, Keeler probably would be one, wouldn't he? Willie Keeler has 3 singles. Okay.
Yeah, and it's
Sure.
usually right next to the 9. So it's actually another cool on base thing that these like.
Cy Seymour. Who is this guy?
Yeah, great pitcher.
No, wrong. He's a center fielder, 1-5.
Oh well,
3
I can't.
singles.
I'm not
3
on him.
singles.
Like I'm not on him. You are on these guys. I'm not.
I'm right there. Rube Waddell,
Oh.
Hannes Wagner, 3 singles.
Oh yeah, Cy Seymour, CFP 15 plus 1. Yeah, yeah. The 3 single. This is the 3 single set. So if you want a set that has a whole bunch of dudes with 3 singles, I did this set for you because it's the Napa Joey in memoriam set.
And you got Cy Young out there as an S10.
Well, he's one of the best.
Yes, he is.
Have you seen the Rube Waddell card?
Yeah. All right, so I killed them. We're back on now.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's the June challenge. Is 1900 versus 1940.
They saw the card, so they should like them.
Yeah, and so next month's challenge in July, that's going to be the last of the regular season challenge, and in August we'll do playoffs, beginning of the playoffs. Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, cool.
Nice. Okay. Now let's talk about, what do you want to talk, baseball now? Let's talk about baseball for a few minutes.
Yeah. The AL East.
I'm looking at the AL East. Let me pull it up on the screen. Very simple to do. Display capture small. Let's go here to display capture.
You don't have to narrate everything you're doing.
I know, but I do it anyway.
I know you do, but honestly, I think probably the majority of our audience will be very, very connected with you, being like, this is what it feels like to be in my 70s and 80s.
Okay. I'll push OK. And I have it up now.
Are you still trying to get it on the screen?
No, it's on the screen.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, like if you are watching the YouTube version of this, I can't see anything. So,
right, he can't. I'm directing the video here.
And people at home listening on our podcast level who are just listening to us talk because they like to hear our voices, which is the 20 to 30, sometimes if we're lucky, 40 or 50 of you that are like, hey, these guys can talk pretty well. Okay. These guys can speak their minds and I can agree with them.
As we're speaking to the tens of fans.
And the Rays, okay, AL East, it's pretty much the A's and the Rays. Or no, sorry, not the A's and the Rays. The Yankees and the Rays. That's who this is. That's who this division is.
Looks like the race because everybody else is under 500.
Well, yeah, but the Blue Jays are coming on strong. I can see and the Baltimore Orioles are holding back a little bit. Hey, it's still the Rays and the Yankees. I get it. The Yankees just found out that Judge has a slight injury thing going on, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Good division though for those two.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So AL Central, we still got the Cleveland Guardians ahead of the White Sox. The White Sox are still holding on strong.
White Sox are 4 games over 500.
Yeah. Man, they're way above expectations, but I think the Guardians are still one of the most powerful teams in the AL right now. They're hitting better than they usually do, and their pitching is doing what their pitching does.
And they're always good.
Yeah, and the White Sox have some shocker guys coming out.
Now the guy that was the big rookie, he's hurt.
Yeah, Murakami is now out for about 2 months.
Yeah.
Which hurts. That stings, man. We'll see how they react from that.
Yeah.
I hope they do. But their lineup is pretty solid, man. Like they've been doing really well. Their bench is mediocre and below average. Their starting pitching has been great. We'll just see if they can keep it up. I mean, they're a team that you're kind of like, hey, you guys are right around 500. See if you can do it. All right, Royals stink. Tigers stink. Twins are okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the Royals, ever since we talked about them last, like they've just kind of tanked. They've been tanking. Man.
Well, they beat the Reds yesterday 9-2.
Yeah, but still, like they're not winning consecutively.
And they're beating the Reds right now 3-0.
Okay. Well, hey, good for them.
Cincinnati.
They're still 14 games below 500. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
In the AL West, the Mariners have taken control of the division, and they've had a huge winning streak. They're now 3 games over 500. The other teams that have been kind of hanging on, like the Rangers, the Athletics, and the Astros, they're a few games below 500. So it looks like the Mariners are starting to pull ahead of this division.
Yeah.
Yeah. Julio Rodriguez is becoming a superstar like he usually should be. Can Cal Raleigh come back and be effective?
Hard to say.
I hope he does. I hope he does. I really do. But that's the AL West. And so that's the AL. Generally, the best teams right now are the Rays, the Yankees, the Guardians, the White Sox, the Mariners, and the A's. Those are essentially the best teams. And the Rangers are kind of coming up there, too. The Twins have made a pretty good movement towards trying to get towards 500 baseball. We'll see what happens. All right, moving on to the NL League. We're going to go with the East and the NL. The Braves are the first team to reach 40 wins. They're good offensively. They're good defensively. The Braves, I don't think anybody's going to catch them in that division at all.
It's going to take major work. They're the last team to lose 20.
Yeah.
First team to win 40, last team to lose 20.
Yeah. And then
They're
you got the
really good.
The Phillies and the Nationals are around the same. The Phillies are the old people kind of holding on. The Nationals have the young crew coming in. I would fear that Nationals team right now, man. They have a lot of push.
And they have some really good players.
They do. James Wood is a stud.
James Wood is a real deal. He's the real deal.
Yeah. The Phillies, I mean, you got your little power bats, and you got
They're
Christopher.
over 500, so they're still hanging.
Well, Christopher Sanchez has been light in the dark for that team.
Yeah.
All right. NL Central.
Milwaukee's doing it again.
Dude, this is the best division in baseball. What can you say? The last place
it's
team, the
not
Cincinnati
gonna be
Reds, is
here
30 and
very soon.
29.
It's not going to be. The
No,
poor Cincinnati
how
Reds
is it
are
not
just-
going to be?
the poor Cincinnati Reds are struggling, and Pittsburgh is finally coming down to earth here. in
You're
just a little
60 games into the division, and every team is above 500. I don't think it's going to end that way, but literally you have the best, most competitive division in baseball.
You do. I mean, and the record of Milwaukee, they're just good. The St. Louis Cardinals are surprising everybody. Can they keep that up for the entire season?
The
Cubs are the streakiest team in baseball.
I think the Cardinals can. The Cubs are super streaky.
And win 10, lose 12.
I will talk about this in my segment where we talk about our games that we watched.
Yeah.
I think the Cubs are actually good still. They're just going through their growing pains
Well, then you go look at the Pirates, and they have a superstar in the making right now, finally doing what he's supposed to do. O'Neal Cruz is happening this year.
The Pirates have a lot of cool pieces going. They got
And
Connor
their
Griffith.
pitching staff is so good.
O'Neal Cruz, it's just, the Rangers just DFA'd Andrew McCutchen. I think what needs to happen is the Pirates need to just bring on Andrew McCutchen, be like, hey, this needs to be your last season, bro, and go out a Pirate.
And what a great bench player.
Yeah.
That's
what he needs to be. That's what he needs to be. Exactly. Yes.
What a great bench player.
Yes. And then you got your Reds who have been mightily struggling, but still
decimated by injuries. Lost another one yesterday with Ellie De La Cruz on the DL.
Oh, he might be gone, 2, possibly 3 months?
No, he's on the 10-day. I'm saying he's probably gone 6 weeks.
You think 6?
Yeah, 6 weeks.
Okay.
It's a hamstring.
Okay.
And then yesterday, they were supposed to pitch Chase Burns, one of the hottest pitchers in the National League, and he came down with the flu, so maybe he'll pitch tomorrow. Abbott got rocked today. They're losing 3-1 in the 7th inning to the Royals. The Royals can't score more than 2 runs a game except against the Reds. Oh, they're just on us. They're just if it can. It's Murphy's Law. If it can happen, it's gonna happen to the Reds. They pitched some guys yesterday who I've never heard of. Never heard of. Lee Brandt. You ever heard of Lee Brandt? And I'm not talking about Charlie for the Braves.
No, and
me neither. And
but this is the time to do that.
Yeah, they're having to try.
This is the time to do it.
They brought up Arroyo, the number one player. But anyway, enough about the Reds. They stink right now.
All right, and then we got the second best team, or probably third best team in the National League. In the National League West, we got the Dodgers.
Yep.
I really think two teams are above them. I think the Braves and the Brewers are better than the Dodgers right now. I really do. You have the Padres, who are in second place. I just don't put faith in Padres right now. They haven't proven it. They got a slumping Machado. They got a Tatis who's hit one home run this year.
That was Granny.
It was a 450-foot shot.
Grand slam.
But I don't think they have it there. I actually think that Diamondbacks are better than the Padres, just not record-wise. I think Corbin Carroll is having a phenomenal season. I want to see what he does. And then the bottom two teams, the Giants and the Rockies, they really don't have anything going for them.
Yeah. The Rockies lead the major leagues in games lost by 5 runs or more.
Yeah.
Blowout games, they call it. You know who's second?
Who?
The Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
They're blown out by 5 or more a lot.
All right. Let's
rundown.
talk about some games that we got to attend.
Oh yeah.
Last week.
Tuesday, a week ago right now.
Okay, so Cincinnati Dennis and I and St. Louis Sean and a family member of ours got to go to a baseball game in Kansas City, and we got to watch the Kansas City Royals and the New York Yankees. What were your thoughts and opinions about that?
I've never seen anything like it. I've been to 100 or more major league games, and I've never seen anything like that game. That game, let me get this one down off the screen and put us back up. What do you say to that, Jen Trover?
So we watched my favorite team, the New York Yankees, take on a Royals team, and we had some people that were ready to go with us before the game, but some family stuff happened, so they didn't get to go, and that's fine. That stuff happens. And
JR from D-Bats and our new friend, the accountant.
Yeah, and they didn't get to go, so shout out to those boys. Anyway, we got to go watch my favorite team, the Yankees, and it was a blast. I loved it. What did you think?
I did too. I thought it was fantastic to be able to see that. I didn't have a horse in the race, didn't really care. But it was Vinny Pasquantino bobblehead day. So we didn't know that. So
we all walked into the stadium and they were like, hey, have this bobblehead. And it was the Pasquatch bobblehead.
Yeah, so very cool.
So if you don't know anything about the Royals, Vinny Pasquantino is known as the Pasquatch. And he had a bobblehead that night, which is basically the Sasquatch mixed with Vinny Pasquantino. And it is actually one of the best bobbleheads I've ever seen. It's so good.
Yeah, and as I came back on Monday, I gave that to JR.
Nice.
Because he is a super diehard Royals fan. And even he said, as I talked with him about the game yesterday, he said he wished he'd have been there.
Yeah.
He wished he could have witnessed that. Even though the Royals did so poorly, Bobby Witt hit a homer.
Okay, yeah, so Bobby Witt had a home run, but spoiler alerts, the Yankees blew out the Royals in that game. It was game 2 of the series last week. Lots of home runs, lots of frustrated Royals fans. But my favorite part of the series, and I think this was yours, was the booing of Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Yes, and then the recompense.
Yes. So all game long, every time Jazz Chisholm Jr. walked up to the plate, the Royals faithful booed the ever-living tar out of this guy.
Merciless, man. Merciless.
It got so much to every time, like the first time I got it. The second time when it started happening, I started standing up and applauding and started cheering for Jazz. You saw me. You witnessed me. I was like, no, I was all about Jazz. I was like, no, you got this, bro. You got this. Now, the Yankees blew out the Royals, right? So it wasn't even close.
1, yeah.
It wasn't even close. And Jazz, late in the game, people keep on booing him. Even if the Yankees are up and are clearly going to win this game, they're booing. And Jazz in the 8th inning, I think.
Yeah, the 8th inning. Off of a real pitcher.
Yes. Before the guy comes in and just tosses up meatballs. Jazz goes deep, and they booed him, and I stood up and cheered and loved every second.
And Jazz did about a 45-minute home run trot.
Oh,
It was a thing of beauty.
Jazz is a great player to watch. If you have not watched this player play, he is fantastic. He was wearing Aaron Judge's pants, and I think he needs to keep on doing it. I know it doesn't look the best of a fashion choice. However, he's gone from hitting 170 to 230 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty much like, hey, yeah, do that. Come on, Jazz. Wear the MC Hammer pants. I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
No.
and that's what they looked like too, was MC Hammer pants.
Yeah.
Exactly what they looked like.
The crowd around us was great. The Kansas City folks are always the best. You never know who you're going to run into in Kansas City. You can run into people that you know or you don't know, or you just can tell stories at a ballpark with people that you just want to talk baseball with. It was great.
And you met somebody there that you went to school with.
Yeah, and that's I don't want
Grade school.
I don't want to
Grade
name drop
school.
anybody because I don't have permission. But like, yes, I met a childhood friend that was literally sitting in front of us, which was cool. I liked it. It was a good experience. Yeah.
Yeah, and I totally like going to Kansas City's ballpark.
Yeah.
It's a really nice place to go.
Yeah. So the next ballpark that I got to go to in the same week on a Friday. So we went to that on a Tuesday of last week. And then I got to go to St. Louis on a Friday and go watch the Cardinals at Busch Stadium versus the Chicago Cubs. And that was a fantastic game. I sat in the super far reaches of home plate back towards the top back field, looking at the whole field as in essence. And the people that I sat next to were great. They talked to me about Cardinals history. The people behind me, they were like, hey, I've lived in St. Louis since 1962. And then the person to my right was like, oh yeah, we've been Cardinals fans since 1974. And it was just like a generation of Cardinals history just like being spewed at me the whole time. And here was the funny part. They started talking and I let it go for about a good 30, 45, maybe an hour, right, of time. And then I mentioned that I had a podcast. And they got this look on their face like, oh, so you know things. It's like, well, I mean, maybe. And then we just started talking because like I let them talk to me at first where like they were just kind of telling me stories and giving me all this stuff. And I thought it was great. And then I just started talking about players and things and all these stats. And I just started, it was like, oh yeah, well, this guy here, like blah, blah, blah. And they looked at me like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. And we just had this, we just had this 2.5 hour discourse of the whole game. And it was a great game because the score went back like 2-1, 3-2, 4-3, 4-5, 6-4, 6-5. That was the ball game, like the whole time through. And it was homers and just so you thought Jazz Chisholm got booed really bad in Kansas City. Pete Crow Armstrong, he is not liked in St. Louis at all. These guys hate Pete Crow Armstrong.
And in that game, he made an amazing catch in center field.
He did. And he didn't have the greatest of games that night that I watched him. But in game 2, I saw that he went 4 for 5 and just like shut down the Cardinals pretty much by himself. But man, like there was a ton of Cubs fans there as well. And so all the booing and cheering was kind of like equally matched. Like going to Busch Stadium and watching a Cardinals Cub match was fantastic because it didn't seem, I wasn't overwhelmed by one team's fans or the other, you know, but I had
St. Louis was in first place, you would have been.
I had the best conversations with St. Louis fans. Like Cubs fans, sorry, Cubs fans, most of your guys are kind of like frat bros that are just like, go Cubs! Urgh! Like Cardinals fans actually had conversations with me. Like Cubs fans at that stadium were just kind of like, yeah, our team's blah, blah, blah. They really didn't know anything about their team. And I'm not saying that as a generalization towards Cubs fans. I'm so sorry. But like, honestly, I felt like the Cardinals fans knew more about baseball in that particular scenario that I was in.
Okay.
And I think I'm probably going to be blasted by Cubs fans now, you know, and
well, you deserve it. You deserve it.
Dude, people already hate me because of my Roberto Clemente comments, so it's all good. Yeah.
Well, hey, I'll tell you this. My grandson who went with us to see the Royals game first impression of the ball field was pretty overwhelming.
Oh yeah,
Pretty good.
Rhett was fantastic.
Yeah, it was his first game to ever go to of any major sport. NBA, MLB, NFL. He's never been. This was his first one. And what a great one to go see the New York Yankees. Tremendous time. It was really wonderful.
Well,
I enjoyed
being
that.
able to see the Yankees in a stadium where there's a rivalry with Kansas City. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not
He does
huge.
not like the Royal.
No, they do
Yankees.
not. They do not. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I mean, Jazz Chisholm, dang, like he got knocked. But the rest of the Yankees, like nobody really said too much about it. I think
Even Aaron Judge.
well, I think people want to see Aaron Judge do Aaron Judge things. So I think that's why they're not booing him as much because they're like, no.
You know, when I was a kid too, superstars get respect.
Yeah.
I remember in Cincinnati, nobody booed Willie Mays. Nobody booed Hank Aaron. Nobody booed the superstars. But man, you had somebody come into Cincinnati from Chicago, like a Don Kessinger, they'd get all over him. I mean, come on.
Well, it's always the guys that beat you too in these.
Yeah.
But that was my favorite part about St. Louis and Chicago was the hatred of Pete Crow Armstrong. And I think this is going to be a generational thing where it's like, I think Pete Crow Armstrong is going to be with the Cubs for a very long time. So every time he goes into St. Louis, he's gonna get it. But honestly, I think that's gonna light him up because hey, look what happened to Pete Crow Armstrong in the last 2 days, man.
He played his ball. Yeah,
he
he's
played
good.
on fire. So hey, maybe that's what Pete Crow Armstrong needs. You know?
Yeah.
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 All right. So that is our breakdown of the games that we saw. So we want to conclude this show on our AL and NL players and pitchers of the month. So what league do you want to start with?
I'll go NL pitcher.
We're going to go NL pitcher. Okay, hold on.
I'm going to go NL pitcher
Yeah, NL
of the month. And
we're
I'm going
doing
to go
pitchers
with,
of the month. Pitchers of the
I'm
month.
going because I'm a homer and I don't have a lot to cheer about right now. I'm going with Chase Burns.
You are messing everything up for this podcast, Cincinnati Dennis. But literally the first name of your name is Cincinnati. I understand. Why is Chase Burns the NL pitcher of the month?
He won 6, I think, or excuse me, 4. I think he won 4 games. His ERA was below 2. And for a sorry team like the Reds were doing after losing all of them, he was the lone bright spot. After everybody's injured, Chase is still playing. Then he got sick yesterday.
Okay, good.
But that was in
grief.
June.
You picked the homer choice, and now you got to make me pick the hard choice.
Yeah.
Who did Chase Burns beat this month?
Everybody he faced.
I know he went 4-0, but like in particular, what teams did he go 4-0 against?
How about the Atlanta Braves?
Okay, yeah.
I'll take that one, huh?
Okay.
How about that?
All right, so you're giving me the choice between Jacob Mizorowski and Christopher Sanchez.
There you go.
I thought you were gonna.
Oh, by the way, he beat the Phillies.
Burns did.
Yes.
Okay, so here's my dilemma, right? Okay, so Christopher Sanchez went 4-0. He had 5 starts. He had 39 innings pitched. He had a WHIP of 70.72. Average of 181. He did not give up an earned run in the month of May. He didn't give up an earned run. He struck out 45 guys in 39 innings. My other choice to choose from is Jacob Mizorowski, the Miz, who's 5-0 with a 0.23 ERA with 1 more start. However, he has less innings pitched. So he has 38.1, but he has 11 less hits. He gave up a run and I saw the run he gave up. It was on a dink dribbler to third base, but he has 57 strikeouts, 0.52 whip, an average against him at 109.
Well, that's the same batting average as Ke'Bryan Hayes.
So how do I not pick the guy that didn't give up an earned run for all of the month? That's screwed
great.
me over with Chase Burns, bro. Okay, so you pick Chase Burns, and it's a good choice. There's 3. Those are the 3 best pitchers in the NL right now: Mizorowski, Sanchez, Burns. He picks Burnes because he's a Reds guy, which I totally understand. Phillies fans, I am apologizing quite heavily on this one. Like, I am not picking Sanchez, and he didn't get. No, I'm going to take this back. Sorry, Brewers fans. I am taking.
Take it back.
No,
Take it
no,
back.
I take this
Take it
back.
back.
Oh my gosh, this is the worst thing ever. I hate this choice. This is the worst choice. Okay, I'm picking Jacob Mizorowski, and here's why. One, he went 5-0, only gave up an earned run based on a nonsensical ground ball, and his team is dominant because of him. The Phillies are hovering around 500. And Christopher Sanchez, yes, he's super important, and I love what he did. He did not give up a run, and that's super hard not to vote for. But Cincinnati Dennis screwed me over on this one. I'm going Jacob Mizorowski as my National League Pitcher of the Month.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Now,
agree with you 100%, except
well,
for Chase Burns.
I'm sure you do. Okay. All right. So let's go to our AL pitchers of the month. So our
Okay.
NL pitchers of the month were Chase Burns and Jacob Mizorowski. Shout out to Christopher Sanchez.
There you
All right. So our AL pitchers of the month, if you look at this is not nearly as strong as a field as the National League top 3 guys. But I'm going to say this. I'm digging the Chicago White Sox right now. And I think this guy is a underdog Cy Young candidate for the White Sox. I'm going to go Davis Martin for the Chicago
Davis
White Sox.
Martin.
Yes. He is my pitcher of the month. He's 4-0, 2.05 ERA, 5 starts, 30 innings pitched, 38 strikeouts, 0.88 ERA, batting average against 188. Davis Martin, I think, is one of the reasons the White Sox are good right now. So I'm heavily in the Central right now for my picks, man. I got the Mizorowski for the Brewers, and I got Davis Martin from the White Sox as my pitcher of the month.
Okay. All right. How about we look at Gavin Williams of Cleveland?
Is that who you're picking?
I think I'm going there. You told me I couldn't go Schlittler, so I'm going to go with Gavin Williams of Cleveland.
You can go Schlittler.
I liked him because I got to watch him live, and he's the real deal, guys. Schlittler's the real deal. And you know what the coolest thing
Why are
that I
you
saw
picking
that
Gavin
dude-
Williams? He's not had that good of a May.
You know why I like Cam Schlittler? Pitched a great game. He gave up a home run to Bobby Witt and didn't get phased.
No,
It
we
was
saw
awesome.
Schlittler. That was great. I'm just actually confused about your choices here.
All he does is win.
Are you saying Gavin Williams or Cam Schlittler?
No, I'm going to go with. You just told me I couldn't go with Cam Schlittler.
I did not say that. That was April.
Okay. Then I'm going to go with Cam.
You're going back with Cam Schlittler?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Cam Schlittler.
What has he
'Cause
done this month?
Well, I got to watch him throw 100 miles an hour against the Royals.
Okay, well, let me just pull it up. Schlittler's 3-1
Yeah,
with a 1.48 this ERA this month.
that's hard to beat.
30 innings pitched, 32 strikeouts, 0.99 whip, and an average against 207.
Okay.
He was my pitcher of the month last month, so you're doing him this month?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm
All right.
totally fine with that.
All right.
I
Who do
think
you got?
I think there are some other pitchers. KC had Michael Walker that was really good this month.
He did. He led them in innings.
Seattle
won a
had
few
Brian
games.
Wu, who was good. He was really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I think Cam Schlittler is a solid choice. I really do. All right, so let's go players of the month, like hitters of. This is basically an offensive category, right? So
Okay.
you want to start with AL or NL?
Go with the AL.
All right. I'm going to give you first choice this month. You bet.
All right. Let me go down here. Month. Where are you? There it is. Month of May. Okay. An American League, right?
Yeah, we're doing
Okay.
American League right now.
I'm going to go with highest OPS guy for the American League.
I mean, the highest
Jonathan,
OPS guy is Nick Kurtz right now.
for the month, 26 games,
In May.
91 at
In
bats.
May, we're doing May.
That's where I'm at. 26 games, 91 at bats, 34 hits, 4 homers, 1.024 OPS.
Oh, I know who you're looking at. I see it. I see what you're doing here.
Jonathan Aranda.
Jonathan Aranda is your player of the month.
I'm going to take him.
Okay, you're taking Aranda. I get
Highest
it.
OPS in the game for the American League.
Yeah, no, that's a great choice. The Rays are still in first place. I'm going a guy from the Central, and his last week was okay. But I've been liking this guy a lot, and I think he's going to push his team to be a contender. This is the guy from the Minnesota Twins. I'm going to pick Byron Buxton
He had a heck of a month.
as my player of the month. 9 home runs, not a lot of 16 RBIs. Still like a guy that was getting stuff done for his team. 994 OPS for him. I can't. I'm not going to pick another Yankees guy. I'm not going to go Bellinger or Rice, but they had great months. And also, like, I want to give a shout out to Nick Kurtz. Man, I might just want to take away Buxton and just say give it to Kurtz, but Kurtz was just drawing a whole bunch of walks, but Buxton was getting the hits done. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go Buxton as my player of the month for May. But I like Nick Kurtz a lot. I think this guy needs to be probably the starting first baseman for the AL in the All-Star game. Ooh,
Yeah.
maybe that should be our next show next month. Our next show is we should predict our our All-Stars for.
We can do something like that, or
Yeah.
some people that'll be on the team. You don't have to go position by position. We can say these guys are going to be there.
Yeah, yeah,
Who from each team. I'm going to pick one from each team.
yeah.
Yeah, have some people.
Sounds good. I want to give a shout out also to Julio Rodriguez, who hit
having a great month.
10 home runs. I think he led the AL in homers in May.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe he led, except for Schwarber. Yeah, he was number one.
Yep.
Juan Soto.
Cool.
With 10.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. And until next time, the dice are nice.
But the spin is always in the Cincinnati Razorback room.